Hello, Greebos, and welcome back to Downloadable Content. It must be Monday because it's Mod Showcase Monday! Before we begin, I want to remind you to go ahead and subscribe. We're trying to hit 150,000 subscribers by Christmas, so I need your help. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and do so now. It's the best time to do so, and I know we can smash this goal. But for today, we are jumping back in time to go to U7 because this mod I'm going to show you in conjunction with some other ones will literally blow you away and miss the days of yesteryear. Good old U7. It always feels great going back to here. Just something about it. The index just kind of felt bad. I don't want to just say it was better back in the day and be like one of those hipster people, but I'm telling you, there were some things that we definitely sacrificed from U7. So let's go ahead on a magical journey and I can show you what we've missed out on. Let's go over here to the old map selection. It looks so cool. Let's go to this map over here. It used to be one of my favorites. It's Sushin's Arena of the Undying. So let's teleport. So here we are in Sushin's Arena of the Undying. Now, this isn't exactly what I'm showing you, but I just think we should call it out because this map is so cool. What we're going to be focused on today is the Mythical Weapons pack, also by Sushin, as well as a mod in the background called Bone Holsters, but we'll get to that a little bit later. I just want to take a peek around at this map. Oh man, I think there's actually a new version. I want to say U10 gave us a new version of this map, or U11, I don't really remember, but this was the OG. So let's go into the book and scroll down. Now you're going to see a bunch of other categories. Ignore those for a second, and let's focus on the sword and the stone one right here. Most of these ones all have their own special powers and properties, so let's start with this bad boy up here, Frost Soul, and take that. Just look at it. It has frost coming out of the blade, almost like it has its soul, and look at that collision. Wow. Most, if not all of these weapons can all be half sorted as well. So, I mean, there's tons of stuff. This one just emits its own particles and it has a passive effect that you do not have to, turn on and off, hence passive. So let's go ahead and try this bad boy out on one of the friendly NPCs. Like you seem friendly, so we hit him, freezes him right there, just for a brief moment. How cool was that frozen execution? So yeah, these blades are absolutely fantastic. I love using them, and I miss them so much. I remember speaking to Sushin not too long ago, asking specifically about this pack, and they were saying something like, I don't know, lost a script for it or so. I don't really know, but if possible, if we can get this whole pack back in some form, I will be eternally grateful. Now, let's take a look at one of my absolute favorite blades of all time, the Silverlight. Take a peek at this bad boy. See, doesn't it look completely broken? Well, it is. It used to have its former glory, but this is like the medieval, lightsaber. When I use the spell/use button, we could turn it on and look at this blade. It reforms itself into pure energy. I have missed this so much, and I know in the medieval mega pack we have a broken longsword, which is essentially like the new version of it, but this one, I miss being able to turn it on and off and those particle systems. Oh man, just look at it in use today. Block and then turn it on, laser. See, I miss this. We need this back, Sushin. I beg of you, somehow bring this weapon pack back. It had almost everything we could want in Mystic Weapons. They were so cool. And this one was absolutely one of my favorites. This thing looks pure evil, which I'm pretty sure it is. It doesn't have any active abilities. It's all passive, but look at those effects. It sounds like it's just like a burning blade of chaos. It actually looks like it completely fits in with this whole map theme also, which is really cool. But let's see what it does to these guys. Oh, well, did it shred you? I mean, is it just a cool blade that sounds awesome? I don't really know. I have yet to figure this blade out. What about you? I need to know what it does. Don't move. Does it saw? No, this one's not sawing. I think it just sounds and looks cool. Just a normal blade, I guess, that sounds and looks cool. Now let's focus on these daggers. We have Bloodsiphon, which, oh yeah, and then Goddess of the Moon. Now, both of these ones still have their passive effects. You don't really have to do anything to make them work. So, the Moon Goddess one. Let's hit someone with it and see what happens. Oh, you have a dagger too? Good. In the face. Now, don't go anywhere. Moon Goddess time. Right now, it just kind of feels like oh. Wait, you were smited? I don't know what that, I should have read what that does. He was turned into, I like warped his soul. I'm sorry. Can we do it to you though? No. Ugh. Welcome. Oh, if they live when you stab them, they change factions. That is really cool. So now these guys are both on my faction, but I really only need one person. So, there can only be one winner. Congrats. I lied. 0 winners. Now for the Bloodsiphon blade. This one sounds brutal. Sounds like I'm gonna siphon some blood, you know? So this one I think, straight up just will heal you as you do damage. So if you're looking for a powerful dagger, this is the one. But be careful though, because obviously you're getting to your inner dark side. I missed! Duck! Weenie punch! Up next, we have the Soul of the Abyss Walker. Now, you're probably thinking this is just an ornate-looking blade, right? Doesn't have any passives, doesn't have any actives, but it's still a good sword. But let me tell you something. The fun is not in swinging the blade. No. It's in throwing the blade. Finds a target and murks that target, and sounds like it makes him suffer for all eternity. I'm gonna need that back. I've awakened the power of the blade by throwing it. And I'll do it again. Oops, right into the wrong guy. Well, it's going to find... Here we go. It doesn't stop until its target is done. And now we have a very powerful blade. So remember, a lot of these blades have different abilities, so you don't want to miss out on them. Then there's the Holy Leaven blade, and Holy Leaven, this thing, this will really destroy some enemies. It's a normal looking blade, right? But when you're grabbing it and you do the spell use button, well, the power returns to the blade only momentarily to slay one of your foes. And when you slay them, they will become obliterated. But now we just need to wait some time for the blade to actually charge back up. Eventually, it's going to start making some sparks to let you know it's ready. Just like that. And then we could charge it up one more time. Stab. Turn the blade on. I am sorry. So if you're fighting one of those pesky bosses in the world, especially in U7, well then this is the absolute blade for you. No! Now let's look at Lady Glamis. Similar to the Holy Leaven blade, it's a normal looking sword until you activate it. So press down the spell use button and bring flame to the blade. This one's awesome if you're looking to bring some righteous indignation to your foes. And if you don't want them to burn, it's okay. You could still use it as a regular blade. Don't forget to turn the flame on, though, when you're done. Let's look at 2 more daggers. The first one being Ice Tooth, and the second one being the Spite Blade. The Spite Blade having some poison effects, while Ice Tooth, well, I think you know what's going to happen. Hey, man, nice teeth. Mind if I freeze them Ice Tooth style? Yeah, so it's another dagger, but it freezes them. So aim for the teeth with this one. And now it's time to be very spiteful. Oof. Do you feel it, Mr. Krabs? Its lingering effect, burning your intestines like a Taco Bell $5 fill-up. Again, you had to go for the nachos. This one is absolutely one of my favorite daggers for good reason, because, just listen to it. It sounds so glorious. Don't think so. Up next, we have the Moon Shear Blade. This is a very large sword, but it has not like a weightless effect, but let me show you what I mean. Slash, easy to wield, right? But you're probably thinking, this just seems like a normal looking sword right now. Well, I guess you're right. I guess it's not special. Let's just let go of it. Oh, wait a minute. There's a special property. It floats. So what can we do with a floating blade, you ask? We can smack it around into people. To me, this was always like a meme weapon, but I absolutely love it. Like, if you were using full body tracking and this sword, you'd probably have a good time and a good challenge for sure. Up next, we have the Possess Runic Longsword. To me, this always looked extremely cool, and you probably think it has no passive or active ability, so bwomp, right? Not a good sword, but remember, this sword is possessed. Whoa, these guys look crazy. I'm probably going to lose, right? No, I don't think so. It's obviously a mod showcase, so I'm not going to lose. But I trust this blade to get its job done. So we're going to toss it. It comes to life. Can you stop shooting me with lightning? Ah, God! Come on, blade, do your thing. It's just going to go after each one of my opponents. It waits for them to be, well, beyond dead. And then it goes right after him with a nice piercing effect. So I can be using multiple different weapons. He tried to pick it up and was not the chosen one. Ow, you hit me! So if I was using, you know, a dagger and then this one, I can toss this guy up, he'll find my mark, and then I still have a weapon to defend myself while that guy seeks out my nemesis. It's one of my also favorite blades. I mean, honestly, this had, I know I keep saying it's my favorite blade, but this really had all of my favorite weapons in like one pack. And you can obviously see why. Can you not for a second? Now we have Legacy of Gossamer. And we'll pair that with Yatagan of the Nameless. This first one is pretty much, well, an absolute shredding weapon. Just get right in there and shred. This thing is, I would just call this one the absolute devastator because back in U7, it was hard to pierce things. So I'm going to need a volunteer. Come on, go up against there. Hey, just everyone wait, stand back for a second. I need him to stand up. Don't move. It's a mod showcase, okay? Just wait. You're just gonna pass out? Damn it. I need someone new. He's looking at me like, I don't have to be the new guy. You do have to be the new guy, I'm sorry. Push. Now's the time. So the blade will, you know, make things stick to things, which wasn't like heard of back in U7. It was just, you know, wow. And then there's Yatagan the Nameless. So notice how all of them can see me, right? They're like, we're ready to fight you, Drifter. Are you? Because I will become nameless, teleport, and disappear. Well, I guess I'm only disappearing. It doesn't teleport. But don't worry. Now your enemies won't know where they're being hit from. Now let's take a look at the Golden Spirit Sword. Similar to the Silverlight, this one is a broken blade that needs to be reforged, well, with magic. And this one, ooh, this one is awesome. It still has a nice stabby point, so you can still kind of use it as a dagger, but when you turn on the blade, there will be no hope for them. This is the normal blade. We just get right in there, crack into the neck, and then we're good. And then we'll use it in its normal position. See? Pretty easy to use, but don't worry. It is time to turn this on and make you suffer, fool. 1, 2, see? They don't stand a chance. This will slaughter any enemy, trust me. Moving on, we have Bitter Edge. Having a passive ability of poison and venom, similar to the dagger I showed you earlier, this one will make all of your foes beg for the end. But will the end come? No, it won't. It'll just poison their insides like snake venom, and I will be the one poisoning. I just love it. Doing damage over time, and the effects ends. The sound is just absolutely perfect. If you're going to do a bad guy playthrough, this is the weapon you use. Moving on to the final category, we have the Angelic Gift. Here's a gift for you. Pretty angelic. Now, what is this angelic gift, you might ask? It just looks like a sword that has random dove feathers coming from it. Well, this gift is amazing. You see, it gives us the ability to fly just by holding down the spell use button. Yes, you could use other mods to do this, but this one is native, so we could fly through you. It's pretty great. And then we can stab. Don't move anywhere. Yes, the gift of flight with stabbing is so precious. Then we have Soulfire. Soulfire is one of the most evil looking blades that you can get in this pack. Of course, it's a normal sword, so you could swing it around and do normal things, but the real fun happens when you get up close and personal and turn the blade on with a spell use button. Oh, suffer the greatest demise. Other than its like evil flame that it emits when you slash them, there's something even more evil about this blade. You see, the bottom piece of it is absolutely devastating. Oh. See, I wasn't lying. So, another evil guy playthrough sword, this is the one to do. Then we have the Shrouded Dagger. Now, when you guys think of the word shrouded, what comes to mind? Yeah, congratulations. Invisibility, shroud. You don't know where I am because I am right here. Yeah, so they go where the blade is, which is funny. But when you're actually invisible, they won't swing at you or anything. He's got to wait a little bit. There's some debuff time, so now it's come back. So I'm ready to go invisible once more. He doesn't even know his life is forfeit. He dodged, what? He still dodged the blade. That's funny. Then the final one to take a look at in this pack is the Crying Greatsword. So it's pretty much weeping. You see like all those like teardrops coming from it? Teardrop. Let's find out what it does. To be honest, I don't really remember using this one that much, but it's okay. We're going to find out together as a family what it does. Slice again. I don't want to say it, but are you dead? Does it make them slip? Excuse me, if I stab you, do you slip? Slip. Well, okay, doesn't make them slip. What does this actually do? Does it just have particle effects that look cool? Maybe there's more knockback with it? I don't know. This is one of the blades that behooves me. So if you guys know what this does, please tell me. I would love to know. Now that we've seen all these amazing weapons, you probably think the showcase is over. But don't be stupid, Joshua. Come on, man. Don't be stupid. Because next, I have to show you bone holsters. Now, I'm not going to show you everything that bone holsters has to offer. That's up to you if you want to roll this one back. But I'm going to show you full-on skeletons that completely change what these goobers do. This right here is the bone holsters category for enemies. So you can fight them having like normal armor. So let me just show you this real quick. This is an enemy wearing heavy armor, which makes them not a threat. Okay, cut. Which will make them kind of a threat. You know, they're blocking. You really kind of got to get in there and find a weak spot because their armor is really impressive, isn't it? But this isn't what I really want to show you. You see, what I want to show you is these skeletons. There is one right now. You see, they can use a couple of things. These are the normal skeletons right here. They have skeleton noises, so they don't sound like the normal NPCs. And they can also wear the various armor, but when you attack these ones, that's where the satisfying thing happens. They can break to pieces when, well, they fall. And that move is the absolute satisfying part of fighting skeletons, them breaking to pieces. So what I always used to love doing is using these fantasy blades and going in and fighting skeletons, because I know people always want to fight creatures in Blade and Sorcery now, which I get. I will smite thee with the holy Leaven blade. See, done. Goodbye. Let's take out our other cool sword. Yes, Silverlight sends its regards. Looks like they're grouping up against me. That's okay. Runic longsword, go! Yeah, it's really good against the skeletons because it breaks them almost instantly and it's still flying around. Go! Find your next victim, Runic sword. Oh, yes, this is absolutely amazing. So this is bone holsters in conjunction with Sushin's Mythical Weapon pack. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and roll back to U7 because U7 had such glorious stuff. And if you're on Nomad, I'm sorry. Well, my friends, that is it for this week's Mod Showcase Monday. I hope you had a ton of fun, and more importantly, I hope you try these mods. If you're going to do so, make sure you change the version of your game back to U7 before you install anything. And listen, if you're new to downloadable content, go ahead and subscribe right now. It's the best time. Remember, 150,000 subscribers by Christmas. I know that we can do it. But other than that, I just want to say thank you so much for stopping by and watching today's video. I'm Drifter from Downloadable Content, and I will see you next time.